Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my class. I, Dr. Swati Pandya, welcomes you. So, my dear students, welcome to this session. In last session, we have completed with gametogenesis. In that, we have done spermatogenesis, how the sperms they are developed in the testes, how the oogenesis is completed in ovary, and again, let us revise a few points regarding oogenesis. Here in diagrammatic form, you are able to see the names of different stages of development of ovum. So, starting with primary follicle converted to secondary follicle, then tertiary follicle, and tertiary follicle shows a cavity which is known as antrum. So, antrum is very clear. Then, this tertiary follicle it is changed to Graafian follicle. And after this maturation of Graafian follicle, the ovum that is released. So, this event is important for further development and fertilization as well as development of fetus. So, release of ovum that is important event and it occurs in uh, during menstrual cycle. We will discuss today, and on the 14th day the ovum will be released. So now the leftover part that will be considered as corpus luteum. So here in last session we have completed this oogenesis process, and the special term we got ovulation. The Graafian follicle now ruptures to release secondary oocyte which is also known as ovum. So this is ovum which is released from Graafian follicle. If we see the structure of Graafian follicle, the centrally located ovum that is present, also known as secondary oocyte. Now today's topic that is about menstrual cycle. The name is indicating us cycle. It is a cyclic process, and especially menstrual cycle it is observed in every female primates. That is, primates are including monkeys, apes, and even human beings. So this is the reproductive cycle which is found in female primates. The first menstruation which begins at the puberty, a special term is given to it that is known as menarche. So menarche is the onset of menstrual cycle at puberty. Okay. Now, many times we are repeating the word cycle, cycle. So this cycle, menstrual cycle, it repeats about every month or every interval of 28 to 29 days. It is round about approximately a month. So, in human females, also, this menstrual cycle is repeated on an average interval of about 28 to 29 days. And the cycle of events starting from one menstruation till the next one is known as menstrual cycle. And during this, one ovum is released, and release of ovum is known as ovulation. So all these blue terms they are important to learn, their meaning is important to learn. So any type of question they can be asked within these terms. So these terms are important. And this ovulation it occurs at the middle of each menstrual cycle. So almost at the central duration. The major events of menstrual cycle are, we are including in detail, and this topic many times it is asked in exam also. So major events they we are categorizing into three subphases of menstrual cycle. First is menstrual phase, and the starting of this cycle is with this one, that is menstrual phase. So here what happens, the menstrual flow occurs, and it starts with, if we divide this menstrual cycle in days, then starting from day 1 up to third, fourth, or fifth day, this menstrual flow occurs. What do you mean by menstrual flow? In short, it is sometimes also known as menses. So this menstrual flow actually it results due to breakdown of endometrium lining of the uterus, as well as the blood vessels, which forms a liquid which comes out through vagina. So this flow is known as menstrual flow. So endometrium tissue as well as blood vessels, ruptured blood vessels. So both combinedly form the menstrual flow, and it occurs through vagina. And during the first period of menstrual cycle, the starting of menstrual cycle, that means day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, maximum up to fifth day, this flow occurs. But from person to person, species to species, this flow can change. Means the range is there from third to fifth day, it can occur. Menstruation only occur if the released ovum is not fertilized. This is the condition. If the ovum gets fertilized, then menstruation is not followed. The other event that is followed, which is known as pregnancy. But if the pregnancy is not followed, then only the menstrual flow occurs. So every month, the tissues, the formations, the new tissues, they are formed. So this is a important cycle in females. The second major event that will include the follicular phase. So during follicular phase, the name is indicating us something related to follicle. Right now we have understood about Graafian follicle, right? So here during this phase, the primary follicles in the ovary, they grow to the maximum, they become fully matured Graafian follicle. Right now we have seen from primary follicles, then secondary follicles, then tertiary follicles, and then lastly Graafian follicle. So up to this stage, it is known as um, this follicular phase. And simultaneously, the endometrium of uterus also regenerates. Endometrium, I think you recall this term. We have learned in the topic regarding uterus when we were discussing the detail of uterus. We come to know the three linings of uterine wall, and endometrium is the innermost wall. Perimetrium, the outermost, myometrium, the middle one, and inner endometrium, which is glandular layer. So here we are talking about the regeneration of endometrium because it has been damaged. So again in new menstrual cycle, this endometrium will rebuild. So these changes in the ovary and the uterus are induced by changes in the level of pituitary as well as ovarian hormones. So those hormones which are released by anterior lobe of pituitary and ovary, they are having the major role in these events. In endocrine system, earlier in your 11th standard, you are familiar with the secretions of different glands, and these glands, the glandular hormones or the secretions of hormones in each and every gland, that is important. Here we are talking about reproductive glands. Reproductive glands are testes and ovary, and here this menstrual cycle occur in which animal? That is female. So here we are talking about ovary. Okay, so the secretions of pituitary, that is known as gonadotropins, and gonadotropins are of two types, LH and FSH, that is luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. So their secretion increases gradually during the follicular phase, and then it stimulates the follicular development as well as the secretion of estrogens by the growing follicles. So when the changes occur from primary follicles up to the Graafian follicle, all these changes occur due to release of LH and FSH along with estrogens. So both LH and FSH attain their maximum peak or the peak level in the middle of the cycle, that is about near about 14th day. And 14th day is very important because the ovulation or the release of ovum occurs on the 14th day. So rapid secretion of LH, which is leading to its maximum level during the mid cycle, it is also known as LH surge, luteinizing hormone surge, and this induces the rupturing of Graafian follicle and then release of ovum. So what is the cause? The cause is LH surge. What is LH surge? The secretion of LH leading to its maximum level during the middle of the menstrual cycle, that means near about 14th day. So due to this LH surge only, the Graafian follicle it ruptures and the release of ovum takes place. So in this diagram we have earlier seen how the Graafian follicle, this is the fully matured Graafian follicle, and at this level the LH will be at the maximum peak, and then only this is showing the rupturing of Graafian follicle and release of ovum. So it occurs when LH surge that is attained. So this LH surge we were talking about. Now next slide, it is showing the last phase known as luteal phase. Now the corpus luteum will form because the Graafian follicle it was having secondary oocyte, that is ovum, but now the ovum that has been released. So left over part, which is known as the remaining part of Graafian follicle, now it is transformed or changed to another structure known as corpus luteum. The corpus luteum secretes large amount of progesterone, which is essential for maintenance of endometrium, because now the endometrial layer that is waiting for the fertilized ovum to stick there in the uterus. Okay, so it is preparing itself. So maintenance of endometrium that occurs when corpus luteum it secretes large amount of progesterone. So now the work of progesterone hormone it comes when the egg is fertilized, then it is followed by pregnancy. So during pregnancy all the events of menstrual cycle will stop and there will be no menstruation. Now the other type of changes they will be followed in the female's body in the uterus. And if the ovum is not fertilized, then the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum will also degenerates and a new menstrual cycle will begin. So this cycle it repeats whole of the time. Now the cause of disintegration of endometrium it leads to menstruation and a new cycle will begin that we have completed right now. Now I was talking about the last phase of lifetime where the reproductive phase it ends in female. Actually in males the capability of sperm development it never stops, it is endless process, and though the man becomes old, still it has a capability to develop sperms. But in females this is one of the difference. In females the menstrual cycle ceases around 50 years of age. This age limit also varies. Sometimes near about 40 to 42 years, the menstrual cycle it stops, or sometimes it may be extended beyond 50 years up to 52 or 54 years. So in this way, this ceasing of menstrual cycle or end of menstrual cycle is also known as menopause. So menopause is the familiar word to us. So menopause that means end of reproductive phase in females. So no more ovum will be released because as we have in starting understood that during the embryonic stage only the amount of or the number of ova they are fixed. So actually they ends. So the end may be at any age, it depends upon the person. So ending of reproductive phase in female is known as menopause. Let us understand the same topic, menstrual cycle, on the basis of this chart. So sometimes many questions can be asked on the basis of this chart. So what does this chart implies? Let us see. The upper portion of this chart, it shows the pituitary hormone level. Two hormones they are released. We have right now observed gonadotropins, LH as well as FSH, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is shown in blue, and you can see this is the peak. This is the LH surge at the 14th day. So this is at the 14th day. The peak is attained. Similarly, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, it is also at peak at the same level. So red colored line is showing FSH and blue colored line is showing LH. This phase is showing ovarian events, that is the development of follicle, release of ovum here, ovulation on the 14th day, and then the formation of corpus luteum. And when the corpus luteum will form, the progesterone level will be maximum. You just see here. This is showing the ovarian hormones. These were pituitary hormones. These are hormones released by ovary. Two hormones are released, estrogen and progesterone. So red colored line is showing progesterone. Progesterone level increases when corpus luteum it forms. So this will be maximum here. Okay. Then corpus luteum will also disintegrate like this and the level it will fall. Similarly, estrogen will be at the peak when the release of ovum has not occurred. So it is maximum at release of ovum, that is ovulation. So up till 14th day, the estrogen levels will increase. Again, it will fall down, and then at the last phase also it will try to increase. Last part is showing uterine events, that is uterine wall. We are talking about endometrium, the innermost lining. So endometrium, when the starting of menstrual cycle from day 1 and up to day 5, the menses occurs. This is the flow, menstrual flow, which includes the endometrium tissue along with blood capillaries. So this is known as menses and it is shown in the diagram. Then again, after 5th day, the endometrium lining it will develop. It will become maximum fully grown at the last part of the cycle, and then again if the fertilized ovum uh, does not visit here, or it is not fertilized, the ovum is not fertilized, then the menses will next cycle will begin. This is again showing the menses. Here are the days which are shown from 1 to 29, or sometime extended up to 30 to 31 days, it depends. And last one is showing the menstrual events. First event is menstrual phase, that is menstruation. Second phase is follicular phase, where the follicle development is there, Graafian follicle development is there, also known as proliferative phase. And last phase is luteal phase, where corpus luteum develops, also known as secretory phase. So all these events which we have understood in the paragraph form, they are shown in this chart form. Again, when this cycle is completed, a new cycle will begin. Okay. So everything is explained on the basis of this chart. And for today, we are ending our session here. This is an important topic, important for your unit test also, and important for your board exams also. So please do revise it properly. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. You can uh, ask your question in WhatsApp, or you can call me. Okay. So revise properly. Take care, students. Goodbye.